Hello and welcome back to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. I'm Jeff. Today we're going to do a one and done. We're going to get this train station done. It's called the Central Train Station. It's set number 60469 and it's got 753 pieces. I will do kind of a critique of it at the end, as well as we've got plenty to talk about today. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to change cameras, and speaking of cameras, it is reminding me that I forgot to unplug it, so I need to unplug her, or else it's going to keep flashing off and on throughout the whole thing about every 5 minutes. So let me go ahead and unplug that. All right, so that's done. How's everyone doing today? I'm doing great. I'll tell you guys all about yesterday and how things went for me. Yesterday was a big day, and my phone is trolling me right now. As soon as I pushed the button and I pushed it before it blacked out anyway. So I don't know if your phone has a mind of its own, but mine sure does, and it does whatever it wants, whenever it wants. Let me tell you. So, all right, let's go ahead and let's get started on this build here. We're going to start off with a construction worker. He's got a little bit of dirt on his face. That's what's painted on there. So, yesterday, or not yesterday, yesterday, I did some research, and I've often been critical of the Lego group and the people that run it. And I had my facts a little bit messed up. And since I did, it's only right for me to say how it really is. And how it really is that I had said the grandson of the founder of Lego was currently its CEO. He is not. The story is he was the CEO. Hey, John, how's it going? He was the CEO from 1979 to 2004 when, I've read some articles and they're being generous and said that he chose to step down. I thought the rumor at the time was that it was kind of one of those things where, hey, you run the company so bad, you need to step down. He's not the CEO, and that's where currently, which is where I made my mistake. He is, however, the president of the company. So not much different, really. But I just wanted to get that out there that I made that mistake. And hello, John. He says, I finished the International Space Station. Awesome, John. You finished that yesterday. And the reason I went digging a little bit into his background is because I am very upset with the Star Wars set, and I want to know what the heck they're thinking. I've watched several of the reviews of the Death Star, and the more I watch, the more atrocious I think that thing is. And I just want to know what the hell Lego was thinking coming out with a $1,000 set. No back to it. The GWP is awful. Gift with purchase. There is so much that's just wrong with what's going on. The fact that the figures, for instance, don't have the double print or the double molded, as they call it, on the legs. And they said they couldn't do it for C-3PO. There's actually an interview out there of one of the Lego Star Wars designers. He said he couldn't do it because of cost. It's a $1,000 set. They couldn't do it because of cost. However, there's a keychain of C-3PO out right now you could buy for like $7. And it's double molded. I'm just saying, I don't. They're just, in my opinion, completely out of touch with reality. Completely. So, but I watched several of the reviews, like 4 or 5 yesterday, and the more I learn about this thing, just the worse I think it is. And it's only like 14 studs wide, so it is a very thin slice of the Death Star. Anyway, John says yes. The next set is the F-117, and every piece is black. Oh, Yeah, that's gonna make it hard to see, John. I I don't see very well when it's the dark color, black on black, or even dark blue on dark blue. I just can't. Makes the thing very yeah. And I'll tell you another reason I think that the Lego president is out of his dang mind is his age. He's 77, 78 years old. I think he's just lost touch with reality. And the fact that he's now a billionaire of a privately held company, no stockholders to really, make happy or keep happy. So I think they're completely out of touch. And from what I've seen in the comments, most people are hating on it. I hope that nobody buys it. I really hope it flops. I hope they're forced to do a price reduction after a short amount of time, because they've had to do that on some sets. I think back to the Fabulous 5 Loft. I don't think I saw it past full price after the first week. Good morning, Rex. How you doing? The desk circle is Disney tax, pure and simple. Yeah, it is. I don't know how long you've been here, Rex. I watched like a few reviews yesterday, and what's really funny is the ones that are sponsored by Lego. They give it glowing reviews. It's such a wonderful set, except for one. There was one guy who didn't, and I was really impressed because he can lose his Lego sponsorship, but he flat out said it was atrocious and that there's like 50 something stickers to this set and it's $1,000. There shouldn't be any stickers at that point. Anyway, there's a lot to it. So there's that. Rex, how's your morning going? What you been up to this morning? Yesterday was my weekly adventure down to the city, and ironically, the piece is right in front of me in the set. I'll show you. I went to, I tried to get a hold of Bunkster's Bricks for some reason. I don't know, man. I don't know if I said something to her in a previous life or what, but she just took her 8 hours to respond when I texted her and asked if she had a certain part. And all she said was, I'll get back to you. And then she never did. So, honestly, I went to another store. I went to Bricks and Minifigs. And you see this little wheel right here? Little train wheel. I needed 10 of those for what I'm doing right now. And so I went to Bricks and Minifigs and asked if they had any. And they said, well, don't know, but if we did, they're going to be in that bin right there with all the tires. So I went over to the bin with tires, and sure enough, they had 10 of them, and I got them for just $1 for all 10, so 10 cents a piece. And I have what I need for another live stream this week that we'll be doing. So there you go. And we've got this little utility cart thing done, and we'll go ahead and put this to the side. And Yeti, how you doing? I've been grinding away at Lego Marvel Superheroes 2. Just getting characters and complete. Oh, awesome. Yeti, how's your morning going? And what you been up to, my friend? In addition to grocery shopping, yesterday when I went down to Civilization, we also, my son and I, my sister called me, and I don't know how familiar you guys are going to be with this, but when you kill a cow and have it processed, it's sold in things called half a beef. And my sister had half a beef processed, and you can get anywhere from 200 to 300 pounds out of half a beef. And my sister had the half beef, and she didn't have enough room in her 2 freezers for all of it. So I got the call, hey, can you take some of this off my hands? So of course I will. Of course I would. So we Spencer and I stopped by. We picked up probably about 40 pounds worth of beef, and she was giving it away free because, well, it was going to go back. She didn't have the room, so we gladly took that off her hands, and we made room in our freezer. So I got 40 pounds of beef, most of it's ground beef, but anyway, it's good stuff, and that's always the price tag of free is always good. And I always like the little baby. This guy's haircut, though, I don't know what to say about that. He says, I've been playing Lego Undercover. My morning's going pretty good in you. It's going pretty well. I streamed with Owen, the Lego Master, last night. We streamed and sorted, and that kind of ended up being somewhat of a disaster for me. So the reason it was a disaster is that I have a really bad habit of eBay, estate sales, other bulk lots, and well, I buy these lots and then I kind of forget about them, and that's where the curse comes in, because then later on I find a random bag and I'm like, holy crap, what's in here? And while I was streaming with Owen last night, I decided I was going to try to pull as many of these miscellaneous things, put them on the table, and start sorting. And I found several gallon-sized bags, and I mean several, of just miscellaneous parts. Some of them were, out of a bulk lot that I got. A few pieces were put together, and I didn't know what it was. So I stuck them together in a gallon-sized bag, and I was going to go through it later. Well, later never happened. So last night, I finally made later happen, and I started going through some of that and dumping a bunch of bags on the table. And now I have a giant mess out there that needs some attention, some serious attention, by the way. And Rex says, I kind of fell off Lego City Undercover after the museum part. All right. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Is this a video game? I'm sorry, I haven't kept up. In fact, I don't. You're probably going to call me that. I'm probably going to say I'm not a real fan after I tell you this next part. But I've actually never played any of the Lego video games. My son had Lego Batman when he was a kid. That game, and he played it, but I never got into it. Oh, well, it was on Owen's channel, not mine, and it was last minute, John. I apologize. I didn't even think to say anything to anybody. Yeah, it wasn't on my channel at all. It was his, and it was a lot of fun, though. Owen's a good guy. He's lives in Great Britain, and we talked about pretty much everything under the sun. We went I think it was a little over 3 hours. So it was a really long stream, but it worked out for both of us. We ended up quitting because his earpiece died on him, and then within 5 minutes after that, mine died. So the stream just kind of died out, literally. I gotta say, though, I'm gonna show you guys the staircase in a minute, but I like the staircase. It reminds me of some of the older buildings. Here you go, with the little decorative cement balls and kind of supposed to be like a ramp. I think it looks pretty good. Marvel Superheroes scratches the itch for obscure 90s characters like Darkhawk and pre-Rage Monster Spider-Man 2009. Okay. Oh boy. I've got plenty to do today. I'm not sure what I'm going to do after this stream because I've got so many things I need to consider my priorities and find out what is my priority. I had an idea of doing a video on the new Death Star that's supposed to come out. Even though I don't have a copy of it, I've got enough information and there's stuff on the website. I was thinking about doing a review video on it anyway. So I might be doing that this afternoon. Then again, maybe not. Prerogative. Okay. Well, thank you, Yeti. I wished I would have knew I was hanging out with Panda backstage and he was watching Who's. Oh, I didn't. Okay. Well, sorry I missed that opportunity with both of you. I will keep that in mind the next time we do something like that. We did have a good time, though. Like I said, we talked about just a little bit about everything. So, and I've been looking at the weather, guys, and it looks like this coming week is supposed to be extremely beautiful out here in Idaho, southeastern Idaho. Our temperatures are supposed to be in the 80s, but no, I think the highest day is 80 actually. And the rest of the days is supposed to be in the high 70s, and then towards the end of the week it's actually supposed to be just 70. So we've got some we've got some nice weather coming out ahead of us here in Idaho. And I'm looking forward to it because, well, it's always nicer to be out in the shop when it's not so bad outside. And anyways, yes, Lego Undercover is a game very good. Okay. Is it something that you can buy on Steam, or how do you get a hold of it? In recent Spider-Verse movies, Spider-Man 99 is a borderline villain, always angry and bitter. Totally. Oh, okay. So you decided to do one of them, huh? I currently have Frank Honey riding a horse backwards in front of a police station modular. The mental image I just got of that. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. All right. For those who are keeping track, we're on bag 3 out of 7. So. Oh, yes, you can buy it on Steam. It's actually on all consoles, and it's one of my favorite out in the series of Lego games. I go all the way back to Lego Star Wars whenever they had the game. Okay. All right. The games are actually split up into 2 from the original trilogy to prequels, and that was on PlayStation 2 and GameCube. Okay. All right. Well, you guys teach me something new every day. I'll tell you that. I learn something new, and you guys teach me something new every day. All right. There's another character. This is number 4. Well, I might check that out here soon. I don't know. Would you guys be interested in seeing my take on the Death Star, or is there just so much out there it's not worth doing the review? And you guys have seen enough. So that's another possibility. There could be a lot of people that are just like, no. Oh, wow. Really? Once again, YouTube hides this post with nothing objectionable in it. Well, that sucks. Do you guys ever watch the EWU crew Explore With Us? It's EWU Explore With Us. I don't know if you ever watch their stuff. I do on YouTube. And they did something about Burning Man and how bad Burning Man is. How there's supposed to be no trace behind, but the guy was there days after the event. Like, I think it was 10 days after the event. I don't quote me on the amount of days, but it was some time after the event. And he went around trying to see how much they actually cleaned up after themselves, and they really didn't. So they did a partial cleanup, but it was nowhere full cleanup. And It's definitely not no trace left behind. And I was mad because I was watching the video, and one of the people that are part of Burning Man threatened to have this thing taken down for copyright, which I don't know how it's copyright. He's going around with his camera, his car, creating the video. But they succeeded because I got an hour into the video. It's a 2-hour video. And the video was taken down for copyright. And it said copyright claimed by some Annie Bond or something like that. Bond was the last name. I remember that. And she looked like a miserable human being who was in the videos, making TikToks, lying about this Ewu crew and what they were doing. And really all they were doing was going around and videoing the aftermath of this Burning Man thing. And some people got butthurt they were being called on the carpet for not being as environmentally friendly as they say they are. So Darth Vader's big space station has been covered to death. Yeah, I was afraid of that. I think Burning Man should be illegal. Yeah. Google allows bogus copyright claims to cover. Yeah, it does. And I mean, I don't know how. Like I was saying, how do you do a copyright claim for something when it's that guy going around with his own camera, making his own content? Like, what part of it is copyright? What part of it belongs to somebody else? Well, the real answer, and we all know it, is nothing. It all belongs to that guy. None of it belongs to anybody else. It's original content. What the heck? So, that didn't surprise me. Look at the type of people that go over there, and also still revenue people who are, unfortunately. Believe it or not, I've ended up with a copyright claim against my channel way in the early days of my channel. And it really upset me because before I knew about Epidemic Sound, which provides copyright free, well, it's not copyright free music. You get a license to use copyright music through them. And before I knew about them, some people said, hey, you need to add some music to your videos. And I was like, okay. So I went and checked the copyright laws, and it says something like any music over 70 something years old, you can use. So I found Joplin's Entertainer, because I know that's way over 70 years old. And I put it in my video, and I was so mad. Somebody copyright claimed it, and they actually had nothing to do with it. So I was like, what? And then the other one was William Tell's Overture with the cannons in it. I actually didn't know that if somebody performs it, it is copyrighted for them. And so I used that in my video, in one of my videos, and someone copyright claimed it. However, it wasn't the person that performed it. It was some orchestra, and they did not do that version of it. But they still did the copyright claim. It stood. I ended up, to get out of the copyright claim, I just took the video down, put a different song to it, and put it back up. So that's how I got around that. But yeah, those copyright claims, they can be such a pain. And I think they're bogus anyways. I get copyright claims every time I go live because of my intro music, but I don't give a rat's ass if they're going to do it. Yeti. I love your sense of humor. No, I know it's not your sense of humor. I'm joking around, dude, but no, I totally get what you're saying, man. Most revenue from a video would be in the first day or two of it being published. And if a claim gets reversed, you don't get the money that was garnered. Oh, really? Cow, I didn't know that. I'm not monetized on here. I mean, I wished I was. I'm close to it, but I ain't there yet. And so I didn't know that's how it goes. They get the money. I knew they got the money for it, but I didn't know you didn't get it back if the claim later ends up being false. Screw Google and YouTube copyright claim BS. Porthouse is resting comfortably in his crate. Door is closed for now. Going to take him for a walk. Yeah, how's he doing, John, overall? You feel like he's getting the hang of things? You see, I'm okay with the sticker. I don't like stickers, but I'm okay with it for a set that's about $100. But especially those Speed Champions ones that are only like $30, 25, $30. Because I mean, otherwise they would be so expensive if they were all printed. Which I don't know. Maybe I'm not telling the truth on that, because who's the one that's doing the Hot Wheels now? I heard they're all printed, and those are fairly cheap sets. Anyway, what it's not okay is the Death Star when it's the Death Star, the Ultimate Collector Series for $1,000. There's 50-something stickers. I think that's ridiculous. Hey, Scott, how's it going? I look down for a minute and come up, and this chat's exploded. They say we have free use to other people's video music, but that's a lie. Yeah, it is a lie. Yeah, $1,000, 50 stickers. Yeah, absolutely freaking ridiculous. Scott, how is your Sunday morning, afternoon going? I guess it's afternoon for you. Well, it looks like after putting these on, we're going to move on to another book and another bag. So let's do that. The $1,000. Hey, Cliff, how's it going? How's your Sunday morning going? I've been laughing out since yesterday when I found out about the sticker sheet. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. I prefer just not to care about that set. Well, I also hope that very few people buy it, because I'm telling you guys, I really, really mean this. I know I've said it before, but I just hope people listen. If we buy that UCS set, if enough of us buy it, Lego's going to get the message that, oh, hey, it's okay to build the crappiest set we can find, charge an exorbitant amount of money, and people will buy it anyway. So guess what? Because you guys did, and we know we can get away with it, here's 10 more crappy UCS sets that are way overpriced and provide very little value. That's what's going to happen if we buy this set. So please, for the love of everything, do not buy that set. I know I'm not going to buy it. The only way I'd get that set is if magically Lego sent me one, but they're never going to do that. Here's our fifth minifigure. I think there's 7 in the set, if I remember right. I'm going to set this aside because it looks like we're building something else. Talk about it constantly. People make it. Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, maybe we'll just change the subject here. I'd rather have a golden crawfish tray. Well, I think you guys know that I've got 8 chickens in the backyard. I know 2 of them are roosters because they try to crow and it sounds like a dying cat, and they're not good at it yet. But I'm hoping to get, because I have roosters and hens, I'm hoping that naturally some of those eggs will get fertilized and we can get more chickens that way. Yeah, no, you're right. It has stickers, Cliff, and it's so wrong. Yeah, and Mrs. Cajun Yeti, well, how are you doing? We don't see you very often. How you been? So, okay, guys, we got to be kind of nice here. We got Mrs. Yeti and we got Mrs. Chip in the room. So, ladies are in the room. I know it's not a very common occurrence for us, but let's be a little more gentlemanlike. I don't know if that's possible for me, but I'll try. That's a tall order when you ask me to do that. We're in trouble again, Chip. Yes, we are. Y'all just can't talk whenever we say the hell we want. Okay. Well, I'll leave you guys in the comments to say stuff then, and I'll just be on my best behavior. So, how's that for twist? And yeah, y'all crack me up. That's why I love doing these live streams. You guys are the best. I really mean that. I really appreciate each one of you. So just to give you guys an idea of what's coming up, though, because I usually do that as well, is this week we are going to start the riverboat set. And I know that Arkham Asylum is supposed to ship on Monday. So once we start the riverboat, we're going to finish it in a couple streams. And as soon as Arkham Asylum comes in, I hope timing's perfect where we're done with the River Steamboat. We need to start the Arkham Asylum. So they did charge my credit card for it. So I do believe it's on its way because I usually don't charge it until that happens. So we've got that coming up. I also have Wally and Eva. It has arrived. I'm trying to find my old version of Wally so I can compare it side by side. It is somewhere out there. So hopefully we can do that as well. I've got a couple live stream ideas for the city itself because I've been working on it and I figure you guys want to watch it. Yeah. Yeah, that would be in your best interest, Jeff. Yeah, it would be. I don't want to sleep in the doghouse. I'm already in the doghouse. It's called the regular house. I got 2 dogs in here. Yes, I said 2. Gertie's back, by the way. But I've got 2 wind turbines to build over the ocean, as well as on Monday, 750 tiles are supposed to come in for the water. And so I've got that for a live stream. I also need to build some mine carts and some other things related to the mine. So that could be a live stream. We've got just a lot of material. The question is, what is the most important and how the timing of that all should be. But anyways, I just want to give you a little bit of preview. We also have Formula One. We've got 4 more cars to build. And then we haven't done any of the Speed Champions recently. I've still got them in boxes over there. So that's a live stream too, doing some of them. If you guys have a preference on which one I do first, just let me know. Drop it. Lego needs to make a ferry boat. Yeah. Man, that steamboat really pissed me off. It was so close to being mini. Oh, really? It's not minifigure scale? I didn't know that. Oh, dang it. Well, I still want to put it on my city if it at least if it looks appropriate. I also need to build another Lego table. One that's going to be a little bit different than the rest because it has to go around the post that holds up the building. Unfortunately, I can't get rid of that post. Sometimes I'd like to, but so I'd like to do that. Make that that extra table so I can expand the city. I also need to do the electrical on the west wall. I ran the wires, but the wire's not live yet, and there's no outlets, just wires sticking out of the wall. So I need to do all that too. So we've got so much to do. Like I said, it's just a matter of figuring out what's most important and focusing on that. Plus, yours truly might be starting a new job very soon. I interviewed on Thursday, and I don't think I've really talked about that. Have I? Did I talk about it on Friday? I can't remember. The interview went really well. And the interviewer even said I interviewed very well. So I'm hoping I get that call back and get that job. And if that does, of course, my schedule is going to completely change. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's kind of playing it by ear right now. But I will always keep you guys informed, as I know you'll know. Man, that's you said I remember that. There was a city ferry boat. Oh yes, there was. It was black and yellow, I think it was. and it had a space for a car right there in the middle. I have that set. And in fact, in previous versions of my city, I've had that out. So it's a pretty good set. It's very basic, but it does the job. And that's the most important part, that it's basic, but does the job. Oh, come on. There's not too many stickers to this one. There's only about 9 stickers in the set, so really don't. I went looked up that ferry boat. Now they need an updated version of that. Well, I mean, they do an updated version of TIE Fighter every year in the X-Wing. You think they can get another ferry boat in there after a couple of years? Yes, I'm being facetious. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, ferry boats usually carry more than one car at a time. I know a lot of Lego sets are kind of, I don't want to say dumbed down, but they kind of are a dumbed down version of what's in reality. So I can understand it not having, a ton of boats like that one that had 800 cars on it that sunk in the ocean a few years back. That would suck. But it would have been nice if it can carry more than one car, though. Maybe 2, 3. And that's the other thing. I do have a giant ferry boat, actually, that carries just one truck. And I could build that and put it in the city. We can do a live stream of that. It's an older set. It's probably over 10 years old now. And guys, for the first time, I am seeing crutches on a Lego figure. And what's really cool is my 3rd grade teacher, Mrs. Woodard, she had these type of crutches. She had polio when she was a kid and couldn't walk very well, so she had double canes that she used to walk with. I didn't say it was a good set, just that it existed. Lego 60119, I don't like it. I want that one. Looks like a steamboat, but as a ferry boat like they have in New Orleans. I agree, it needs to hold more cars. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to do very many, but more than one would be nice. That's for sure. Maybe that's something I need to work on too. Maybe that's a good project for the future. As when I do more of my stuff, the city, I can do that. This is a new piece, and I don't really like it. It combines a window and one of these 1x1 by right here, and then it has the other piece of the garage door. I don't like it. I don't like when they do that, because it to me, in my opinion, it kind of waters it all down. 2 canes, yeah. You've heard of 2 chains, now you got 2 canes. And I've heard of Toucan Sam too. Also, somewhere in there today, I need to call my granddaughter. Both of them, actually. I need to say hi and let them know Grandpa still cares. So that's on the agenda too today. I'll tell you what, I got more ideas than I got time in the day to get done. It's always that way. It's a good problem to have, though. I'd rather have that problem than being bored sick out of my mind, wondering what the heck I'm going to do. There's always good stuff to do, I'll tell you that. Follow your nose might not want to follow him. I mean, he's told us in the 80s, but he could have been high on cocaine too. Well, I mean, that's kind of the thought that came to my mind too. I mean, if he just got through doing a line, I don't think I want to follow his nose, or if he's about ready to do a line. So yeah, it's not a good look for children's cartoon, for cereal. Do you guys ever feel that way too, where you got more ideas than you got possible time to get it done? I know it's that way with me all the time. Okay. I saw this piece and I was wondering about it. It's a elevator piece, and it's really weird. It's like a big chunk, one solid piece, and they want us to use this. That is new. I wonder if that's going to become a standard piece now. They're going to use a lot. I think that was used in the Ultimate Collector Series Death Star. It looks like there was something similar because the elevator does go all the way up. I did see a review by somebody. Oh, I can't remember which channel it was, but he showed the elevator and how long it takes to twist it to get all the way to the top. It takes forever. But anyway, I digress. Let's quit digressing and let's start building. Well, we are building. Let's keep building. Another one of those big one-piece things that I don't like. I really don't. Well, you guys know how I like to borrow Gertie, my sister's dog, once in a while, just to give her somewhat of a better life because she's not on a chain all the time. So that she's not on a chain all the time is what I should say. YouTube is deleting my comments. Wow. I am sorry to hear that. I don't know why, because I checked my settings last night, and it does have a setting where you can block objectionable material if you want to. And I have that unchecked. I mean, to be honest with you, and I'm not Rex, I'm not directing this at you, so please don't take it that way. I figure people should be allowed to say whatever they want, because in the case that somebody wants to say something idiotic, they're just going to point out how much of an idiot they are if they are saying idiotic things. So I think the best cleanser is sunshine. Let people say whatever they want. And if it's smart and whatever, you're going to engage people. If it's dumb, well, we're going to know that too. And again, Rex, that was not directed at you, the dumb part. It's just my personal opinion. They shouldn't be involved in the censoring business, especially because that rule about being a publisher versus a, I forgot the other word they used. But anyway, yeah. Oh, that's not good, Rex. I agree. You always let the fool speak, and you always sit back and listen until they make the biggest ass out of himself. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Thank you, Eddie. You put it in better words than I could. And you know, not that I really want to talk about the subject because I know YouTube's sensitive about it, but in the case of people who are very racist or racist at all, and they're out there saying some ignorant stuff, I say let them speak. Not that I want to hear it, but the faster they open their mouth and say dumb things, the faster we all know, hey, this is somebody we don't want to talk to. Of course, I could borrow that line. I don't remember where it comes from, but the line is, I'm not racist. I hate them all. I'm not racist, and I don't hate them all. I'm just repeating what I call a funny saying. All right. Well, we have made some significant progress on this set. This is actually going a little bit faster than I thought, which is always good because, like I said, I've got more ideas than I've got time. So getting a few minutes back than I was expecting is going to be awesome. Oh, let's see. I'm not allowed to name Lego software for design. Oh, really? Is that what's getting blocked? And if that is the reason they're blocking, that's kind of a strange choice for them to choose that out of everything. Anyways, I lack the motivation to actually design, buy, and build stuff. I think up when I'm stuck at work. Yeah, and sometimes you got to be careful because, like Mattel with the Bratz doll, the guy thought of the idea at work, and they claimed that because he was on the clock, that the idea was actually theirs. So whatever. So you got to be careful with even with that. Well, I'll tell you right now, when it comes to the set, my partial critique of it is just, it kind of reminds me, and I'm sorry to say it, but of the Ultimate Collector Death Stars, where you're just kind of getting a little slice and then a little bit on the bottom there, it sticks out just like the Ultimate Collector series. I hope Lego rethinks this and does not make this a theme. Bratz was garbage anyways. Oh, I had a daughter, one, and it was really funny. Her name was Natalie, and we used to call her Brattily. And it was mainly because of her like of the dolls, Bratz. We used to call her Brattily. I don't know if I don't think she still likes Bratz. I mean, she's in her late 20s now. I doubt it, but she still likes Spider-Man. I know that from being a kid. Oh, something about trash and old things, because we're this kind of stuff going through my mind right now. I looked up the other day. Did you know that Sears is still around? It only has like 8 stores, and 4 of them are supposed to close by the end of the year. What is wrong with Sears? They couldn't make a comeback. They used to be one of the largest department stores, and they just fell off the map. Then they bought Kmart, and I thought that was going to possibly save them, because combined, when they bought Kmart, they were larger than Walmart when they originally did that, and they did not even try. I just feel like they just let the brand go, which is kind of sad for me, because it's very nostalgic. I mean, I used to shop at Kmart as a kid. I remember being made fun of for it too. You said you don't know why, but your daughter liked that crap. Yeah, so did mine. Bratz was the thing, man, for them. And I remember the stupid cartoons they had too. Oh my gosh. Those were so annoying. Have a fashion for passion. A passion for fashion. Most every large division that fails is because their executives went full drive up the stock value instead of achieve maximum customer satisfaction. And you're probably right there. Because I kind of feel like that's what's going on with the Lego group right now. They don't have stock, but it is held by mostly the family of Lego and a few others. And I feel like they're just trying to squeeze as much money as they can. That is one thing that I read on here, was that his net worth of, I cannot pronounce it, it's KJELD, Kirk Christensen, who's the current president of Lego. They say he's worth $7.92 billion, and he's the grandson of the founder of Lego. And yeah, I just feel like he's just trying to line his pockets and squeeze everything he can out of it. Although he's 77, 78 years old, you'd think that, I mean, what's he going to buy? I mean, there's only so many things to buy, and he's so close to the end of his life. I think that he could back off a little bit and kind of enjoy things and hand the reins to somebody else. But apparently I don't know what I'm talking about, because that's not what he's doing. And not that, well, I had a joke, but actually I don't want to say it, because I don't want somebody coming after me for my jokes. So I'll just leave it alone. But there is only so many things you can buy. And at the ripe old age of 77, 78, I think that you've lived life to the fullest. And if you haven't, it's your fault. And have a nice rest of your life, however short it is. Sears is dead because they were too expensive. I remember when I was a kid, we used to get the Sears catalog. Yes, I remember that too. And also, I don't know what happened to the store, but there used to be Best department stores. And Best department stores was my favorite for the longest time, because Best in their catalogs always had the best Lego pictures. Well, if you're keeping track, we're on bag number 6, and there's 7 bags of this, so we are getting to the bottom of this, the bottom of the bag, bottom of the barrel. Only went to best for Atari games. Yeah. We I grew up in California, and there was a Best department store not too far from us, and we used to love going there. Of course, the one place that I found myself spending more time than anywhere else was actually Toys R Us, because my mom likes to sew, and there was a Mervyn's. If you guys remember that department store, there was Mervyn's, and then there was a. It wasn't New York Fabrics, but at the time it wasn't New York Fabrics, but New York Fabrics bought out that store. I don't remember what it was before that, but there was a little fabric craft shop thing in that same strip mall with Mervyn's and Toys R Us, because like Toys R Us was on one side, Mervyn's was on the other, and then there's a strip mall in between the two of them. And my mom used to let me, of course, this was back in the 80s when things weren't so complicated. My mom used to let me she would go to the fabric store and she'd let me walk to Toys R Us all by myself. She would just tell me, when I get in there, you better be in that toy aisle. You better be in the Lego aisle, Toys R Us, or else you're going to get it. And my mom was quick with that belt, let me tell you. So most of the time I listened because I didn't like the end of that belt. So, yeah, my mom used to go shopping for fabric, and I would just go on the other side of the strip mall and go to Toys R Us and hang out and check out the Lego aisle. Of course, that was back when Lego had the flip top lid, and you could see some of the figures and some of the pieces. I still wish they did that today. I love that. They got close to doing it in the castle set that just came out, the 3-in-1 castle. The lid doesn't flip, but the rest of the box is built like it was back then. I really wish they'd do it, to be honest. I used to like Sears catalog for the women's section. Oh. Yeti. I have a confession. When I was about 12 years old, I liked that section too. For some reason. I don't know why. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. The build is moving right along. Yes, it is, Miss Chip. It's kind of like that reel about the guy seeing his wife undressed, and she says, no matter how many times, thousands of times I've undressed in front of him, it's always like this, and the guy's gawking at her while she's getting undressed. Yeah, I think as a guy, I don't think we could ever get tired of that. Anyway. Fabricland. I think that's what it was. I think it was Fabricland, because it was bought by New York Fabric after that. And I think Fabricland was one of the, I'm pretty sure of that. Yeah, it was a great store. And oh my gosh, I used to hate those New York Fabric store commercials. New York Fabrics, the fabulous fabric store. It used to get stuck in my dang head. I hated that commercial. And now that I just sung it, it's probably gonna be stuck in my head for the rest of the day. So if you see me mercifully beating my own head against a brick wall later, you know what happened. Or if you see me curled up in the fetal position in the corner of my room crying for an hour, you know what happened. So I thought of that stupid song and I couldn't get it out of my head. Hope that never gets tiring. Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate that, Miss Chip. Well, you could also do it more often. I'm just kidding. She doesn't even live with me, so not even a possibility. But yeah, we better not. We're gonna be offending some virgin ears in here. We better quit. What's that? Yeah. Where you been all this time? Oh, well, you're fine. You can do whatever you want, Spencer. Yeah. Well, that's funny. I'm sitting there talking about virgin ears, and my son popped up. And he says, hey, can I do this? It's like, oh, okay. Right in the middle of me just talking about virgin ears. Awesome. I am liking this set. I just wish they would have made it just a little bit bigger. And guys, it's getting too warm in here. I got to turn on the AC. This this loft area gets way warmer than the rest of the house because all the heat rises up here. This air conditioner is good. However, it could be better because when you turn it on, it has the little vent thing, and the vent thing you can adjust the angle. Its default is for it to go straight up, and even though I can control the air conditioner with my phone, I can control everything but the vent angle. That's the one fatal flaw in this thing. I still love the air conditioner. It does a decent job. It does keep it cool up here. But yeah, overall, it kind of just sucks. All right, I've got to do 4 of these little Jack Be Nimble, Jack Be Quick candlesticks. All right. Well, I do think this is coming along very nicely. We've got 1 bag after this, and this set will be complete. It's kind of funny because I look at this. This happens a lot in these builds where we get to this point in the build, and I look and see what pieces are left versus how much we've gotten done, and I think to myself, "There's no way we can take a whole nother bag or 2," but it always works out. It always does take a bag or 2 more. So my eyes deceive me. Okay, we got these weird lights to put on here. Okay. Oh, it goes right here. Okay. Well, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to get banned from YouTube. But Yeti, the other day, we were talking about Charlie Sheen, and I swear my phone listens to me. I think it listens to all of us. But right after we mentioned that in the stream, a thing came up in my feed in Facebook, and it was a short, like 3-minute reel on Charlie Sheen and some of the stuff he did, and that's the part I can't talk about, so I don't want to get kicked off YouTube. But I did not. I had heard bits and pieces, but this reel kind of filled in the blank spots that I missed. And all I can say is, wow, I did not realize that stuff was going on like that. And what a dirtbag. But again, I can't get any more specific than that because I don't want the YouTube overlords to strike me down. Yeah, see, this is the clear case right here. They put a 1x2 and 1x6. They should have just put a 1x8 across there. I guess it's piece inflation, as they call it. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I did that. I said I needed 4 of those and I didn't even do it. So let me go ahead and do the 4th one that I missed. All right. We've got one last bag, so let's just do that. That's the reason I won't care for him anymore, because I really did like Hot Shots Part. Yes, I did like that too. That was and you know what's really weird is the fact that I think it was a Charlie Sheen movie where his wife girlfriend was in the hospital, and I got to keep this YouTube friendly, but in a very discreet sort of way. On camera, he did what he's accused of doing off camera. I can't remember the name of that movie. I'll have to look that up and get back to you on that if you don't know what I'm talking about. All right, so we have our last minifigure, number 7. This lady with a suitcase. Obviously, she's traveling. I would love to set this aside, but I'm pretty sure I can't set it aside. I'm pretty sure I need everything about it right now. I love this color right here. The dark azure, if I'm saying that right. The real problem is I don't know how to talk. Oh, shoot. I did not. Oh, well, we're just going to move that over. I mean, I like this trade station. I just think it's too narrow. I would like to buy at least one more, if not 2 more, to expand this. That's just my thoughts right off. I might maybe even put a second elevator and not make it a staff only elevator, as it says. Anyway, just some ideas for the future. I am going to have trains in my city. In fact, I'm going to have quite a few, as I have quite a few as it is. So I don't know how many trains I have. I think I have at least 30. Might even have 40 different trains. The trick is not to acquire them all at once. The trick is to be patient and to find them at garage sales, estate sales, internet, that kind of thing. I'm slowly trying to expand the donut shop portion of the police station. Oh, yeah. Police station monitor, but the lavender bricks are hard to get, even on Bricklink. Yeah, they are. But that's a great idea, man. I'd love to see that when it's done. All right, I'm questioning my life choices right now. I'm just kidding. It's not that bad. I'm just trying to figure out if I did this right. And okay, two. Okay, yeah, it's correct. I sometimes got to double check and maybe even argue with myself a little bit before I figure it out. Yeah, I like modifying the modulars. I think the modulars are great in their own right, but sometimes they can use modifications like the what do you call that? The Jazz Club. It's got that brick where the studs on the side, on the edge, sit, and that created problems at shows because I couldn't put it next to another modular. So I just had to remove that brick and put a normal brick in there, and that's what I did. Oh, I now see what this is for. I was wondering what these little Technic axles sticking out were for, and there we have our answer. It's for those things. And I like the new Lego pigeon birds that they're including in these sets. I just built one the other day. I think it was the City Tower. It had a couple of them, so it's pretty good. I'll show you the pigeons in a minute here. At least I'll try to. They're kind of small. Oh shoot! I put it the wrong way. Oh. All right, let me fix it. Okay, so here's the pigeons. I'm going to put them on a brick so my fingers don't get in the way. So Legos come out with these pigeons. Oh, shoot. My fingers don't bend that way. There we go. Scott modifies all his modular buildings. He's done the donut shop. He's done the jazz. That's awesome. I'm tired of looking up improvements and finding people who say just buy 2 or 3 a set and absolutely triple everything. Yeah, that's kind of the weak cop out. I've done it a few times, but I think one of my favorite modifications in the very first modular, the city corner cafe thing, because it had no interior. So in order to build that one out, I had to do an interior, which I put like a Starbucks on the first floor, and on the second floor, when you got to the top of the stairs, there's a check-in desk, and then I added 2 floors in the middle, which were decorated. There's 2 hotel rooms per floor, and the very top floor of the corner cafe is a big old penthouse type room, like a presidential suite kind of thing. So anyway, I loved modifying that one. I also modified the boutique motel, the corner city garage. Pretty much you name it, I've modified it. Okay, and that just sits on there. There's nothing that holds it, just gravity. I love those garage doors. I'd love to steal them for some other project, to be honest. Brian Chin, are you still going to continue with the Avengers Tower? Eventually, I will. I got to be honest, I just lost interest in it. But I mean, I have worked on a little bit here and there. I've even started a video. I just haven't got far enough where I can release a video because the video I've created is about 3 minutes long, and it really doesn't show a whole lot. But yeah, and actually, if I can't turn around my camera, but Avengers Tower is in the room with me as we speak. It's just right over here to my right, your left. It's a penthouse forum. Well, I think the Playboy were better. Just kidding. I didn't say that. It's just chips in the room. Got to be careful. I'm just kidding. What about Ask Ann Landers? Was it column? Oh, Miss Chip doesn't care if I mention. I'm just joking around, guys. I wish they would have topped this with a flag instead of a lightning rod. And we've got one pigeon, two pigeons here. But I can work on the Avengers Tower. I can. Yeah, I probably should at this point. So. I will say one of the things I really don't like about this set, it's a train station, and we get no semblance of a train. All we get is this little utility cart thing. And by the way, that was the last bag and the last pieces. I'm just going to place some minifigures randomly. All right, so this is set number 60469 in its full glory. I don't think it's that glorious, to be honest. I'm kind of disappointed in the fact that it has so little to it. I don't like how thin it is, much like the Ultimate Collector Series Death Star coming out. I really feel like this should be wider, and I don't see anything wrong with expanding this. Because I mean, all you have is a coffee shop and a simple eating area. I mean, you could put a sandwich shop. You could put a little bakery. You could put a little magazine rack, gift shop, something. And you could also do possibly another elevator or two here, and not make them staff elevators like this one is. So, anyways, guys, I do appreciate you spending your Sunday morning, afternoon with me. This concludes this stream. Be looking out. We will be doing a stream tomorrow morning, and I think we're going to start the. I don't know if we're going to start the riverboat or if we're going to do something else, but we do have a stream tomorrow, and we also have some review videos coming up this week. So please keep in touch and turn on all notifications. Be good to each other. Stay safe out there, and please drop a like on that like button.